Welcome. This is a short practice for strengthening the immune system. We'll work towards getting the legs strong. When the legs are strong, we have more circulation throughout the body. The lymph can flush. And we'll also work on getting the head below the heart in poses that are called inversions. And this is also a way to stimulate and flush the lymph. And last, we'll concentrate on the energy pathways of the lungs, the kidneys, and the bladder, which are the three most important organs to be working on to strengthen our immune system. Please have a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you could use some pillows, 2 blocks, and if you don't have blocks, you could use books, a strap, and a belt or a scarf is a good substitute for a strap, a chair, and 2 blankets. If you don't have blankets, then towels could be somewhat of a substitute for that. And let's begin by finding a tall spine, sitting in a way where your hips are higher than your knees. And close your eyes. Begin to attune to your breath. On each inhale, see if you can fill up the belly, the rib cage, all the way up to the top of the lungs and the collarbones with breath. Each inhale, see if you can fill up the sides of the body with breath as well. From the sides of the waist all the way up to the sides of the armpits. And each inhale, also filling up the low back, the back of the ribs, all the way up into the upper back with breath. Energizing ourselves with fresh primordial energy, fresh prana. And gently open your eyes, please. We're going to start with a self-massage, which really starts to get the lymph moving. Bring your left leg out in front of you and begin some series of squeezing on your left foot. Then start to make your way up the calf, thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. Rub the knee. And then one hand to the outer thigh, one hand to the inner thigh as you make your way up. And then to the heart. Clockwise circles. And then switch legs. Rubbing the knee and making your way up the right thigh. And then always leading back to the heart. Rub the belly in clockwise direction. Lean to your left. Take your fist and rub the hip and the butt. If you'd like to go deeper, you can really use the points of your knuckles to find some spots to press in there. And please switch sides. Bring the fist to your low back. Making circles on the sacrum, and then up into the low back, up towards the shoulder blades. And then squeeze your squeeze your right hand and begin to squeeze up the arm. And back to the heart. And please switch arms. So when the lymph is stimulated, it can drain. And the body is in a better position to fight off attack. Squeeze the tops of the shoulders. Squeeze the back of the neck. Bring your hands to the very top of the head, and as if you were giving yourself a shampoo, dig your fingers into your scalp. Okay, move your bolster to the side and lay onto your back, please. Move anything else that's on your mat to the side. Grab your strap. Stretch your left leg out long on the earth and stretch your right leg up to the sky. Strapping up the ball of your right foot. Flex both feet. Squeeze the quadricep muscles of the legs and spread your toes. Put the straps into the left hand and draw the leg over to the left a touch, and we'll pound out the sides of the thighs. This is the liver meridian here, the butt, and the hip. Come back to center. Put the straps into the right hand, pressing through the left foot and grounding down through the left thigh. Bring your leg over to the right, spinning your toes down to the ground. Inhale, come back to center. Put the straps into the left hand and stretch the leg over to the left. As it's available, come onto the outer edge of your left leg to come into a deeper twist here. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knee to release the strap. Notice the difference in your right and left side. Stretch your right leg up. Lasso the ball of the left foot. Put the straps into the right hand. And pound onto the outer thigh, the IT band, the hip and the butt. And then pause and center one hand to the strap. Squeezing the quadriceps of the left thigh to straighten the leg a little bit more. And put the straps into the left hand. Externally rotate the left leg, spinning the toes to the left. And bring the leg to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Put the straps into the right hand. Let the shoulders be relaxed on the ground, head be relaxed. Spin the toes to the left. And stretch the leg across the body. If you're tighter, it might go just a couple of inches, or if it's available, come onto the outer right thigh to twist across the body. only twisting to the extent that you can keep your left shoulder grounded. Inhale, come back to center. Release the strap to the side. Roll onto your right side. And press yourself all the way up to standing. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, stretch the arms wide and all the way up to the sky. Exhale, down through your left foot as you crescent over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, root down through your right foot as you crescent over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. You're staying just like this, or stage 2, you're going to grab a hold of the wrist. Stage 2 is always optional. We'll always come back to stage 1 before we move on. Next time you come to center, release the arms by your sides. Take a wide stance on your mat. Check that your ankles are right underneath your wrists. And then release your arms by your sides. Spin your right toes out and your left toes in. And bring your hands to your hips and pause. Use your hands at your hips to root down the bones of the legs into the earth. Finding those strong, sturdy legs. Bend the front leg deeply. Bring the right forearm to the thigh. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Turn the belly and the ribs up towards the sky. Roll the left shoulder back. Stage 2, stretch the arm right alongside the ear. Stage 3, you're going to bring the right fingertips to the earth on the outer edge of the right foot or up onto a block. Come back to that deep breath we were doing at the beginning of class, filling up from belly to collarbones. Return the hand to the hip. Root down the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale to stand up. And please switch sides. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in. Pause with your hand at your hips, rooting the legs down into the earth. Bend the front leg deeply, forearm to the thigh. Long, deep breaths. Stamping from the pelvis down through the feet. Lengthen the spine. Turn open and stretch the arm by the ear. Grab a hold of the hip. Press down through the outer edge of the foot to stand up. Turn the toes to center. Walk the feet together and grab your strap again, please. And strap your hands up behind your back. If your shoulders are more open, you can release the strap to the side and you can just interlace the hands behind your back. Have a nice wide stance from the pelvis, root down through the feet, stretch the low belly and the heart up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders back. Start to stretch the fingers away from the body. Stage 2, fold forward. Keep the legs strong, spreading the toes. Deepen your breath. Root down through the feet Inhale to stand all the way up. Release the strap to the side. Grab a hold of your chair. And this is going to be a little different for everybody. But the first part we'll do all together. Grab your strap and you're going to strap up your legs right above your knee. Interlace the legs all the way together. And then turn to face the chair. And start by trying both blocks on the chair. You can always take them out if you don't need them. And then stand 4 to 6 inches from the chair, bring your hands to the hips. Use the hands at the hips to root down into the earth, keeping that weightedness. This is called Upanavayu, rooting down into the earth. Lengthen the spine. Keep the length as you fold. When you get down to the chair, you might find that 2 blocks is just enough to bring the top of the head on. You might have to lower one of the blocks to the side, or both blocks to get a deeper fold. I want to get really Princess and the Pea about this because we're going to be here for a few minutes. Finding a stack of hips right over the arches. Keep pressing the hands into the chair to roll the shoulders back. Deepen your breath. Anytime this becomes too much, you can always lift up, take a couple breaths, and come back in. As your spine starts to elongate here, you might find that you can remove a block or blocks and bring your head a little bit lower. Bring the hands to the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale to stand all the way up. Fresh white blood cells are now circulating all through the upper body, healing any places of blockage. We're going to move into the restorative portion of the practice where the nervous system can really settle. So much of when we get sick is because we're feeling some sense of dis-ease. And when we can calm the nervous system, we can remove any blockages that eventually turn into illness. This sense of unsettledness or dis-ease in the body eventually turns into blockages. So you can move your strap to the side, your chair to the side, and please grab your bolster or your combination of pillows. Place a block underneath the bolster and bend your legs, the left side of the body, up to the bolster and stack the knees. Bring your hands on either side of the bolster. Take a deep breath in and lengthen the spine. Exhale, see if you can turn more of the belly and the rib cage over the bolster as you fold. Head can turn in either direction. Stage 2, you're going to bend the top leg back and rest the knee into the arch of the foot. Stage 3, you're going to straighten the bottom leg. Externally rotate that leg. Close your eyes and deepen your breath. The lungs are our first defense and immunity. The deeper we can breathe, the greater our lung capacity. Also, the greater our capacity to ward off viruses. Notice if you're unconsciously pressing the floor away with your forearms, and see if your arms can be soft, like a Raggedy Ann doll. Please begin to deepen your breath. Slide the hands back, straighten the arms, and please switch sides. Make sure your hip and your thigh is all the way up to the bolster. Hands on either side of the bolster. Inhale for length. If you can turn more of the belly and the rib cage over the bolster as you exhale and fold. See if you can get more breath on the whole right side of the body. Right low belly, right low back, side of the right ribs, back of the right ribs. Let every part of your body surrender, soften into the earth. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to oppose. Just you and your breath. Please begin to deepen the breath. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, straighten the arms. Okay, so for this next position, you're gonna either, if you have a blanket and your hips and are more open, then you're gonna use your blanket. You're gonna make your blanket into a roll and then have it ready. Most of us are going to be comfortable laying over the bolster here. If once you get down there you find that it's too tight, you can swap it out for just a folded blanket or nothing at all if your low back is really aggravated by the back bend. Bring the soles of the feet together. And you're either going to bring the blocks underneath your knees, or stage 2, you're going to bring the blanket underneath the shin bones. You're going to pause and you're going to spin your inner thighs down towards the earth, bring the flesh of the buttocks back, both legs. And then fold back onto the bolster. Make sure the chin is level. If you find the chin is pressing up towards the sky or back behind you, you're going to want to grab a towel, a blanket, a pillow, and stick it underneath the head until the chin is level. Stretch the arms out of the sides 30 degrees. Turn the palms up, externally rotating the arms. Let's take a couple of audible exhales together. Exhale the air out. Take a deep breath in. And sigh on the exhale. This pose stimulates the kidney meridian that flows around along the inner edges of the legs. When the kidneys are in balance, we have a balance of fluids in the body. Everything from our urine, our blood, our sexual excretions are governed by the kidneys. Scan the body for tension, tightness, stuckness from toes to head. And see if on the exhale, through the light of your awareness, you can soften there. Soften the lines of the forehead, corners of the eyes, cheekbones, right along to the sides of the nose. Soften the corners of the mouth. Please begin to deepen your breath. Press the hands down into the floor, leading from the heart. Press yourself up to a seat. Okay, so for our last asana is called Vipariti Karani. Bring your bolster over to the wall and sit on your bolster with your legs bent. As you lean back, actually before we do that, if you have a strap, you're going to strap up your legs like you did before, right above the kneecaps. Legs all the way together. And then as you lean back, you're going to stretch your legs up the wall. And here you want the sacrum and the butt to be on the bolster, but the low back is off the bolster. So you get a nice curve in your low back. Stretch your arms out at 30-degree angles, roll your shoulders underneath you. And open up the throat. This is one of the most powerful poses to strengthen our immune system. Our circulation is restored, fresh supply of blood to the brain. And the lymph is stimulated. If you're very sick now, or at some point you have the flu, or this is my favorite also for right when I get off the plane, you can stay here for even 20 to 30 minutes. Really allowing yourself to be rejuvenated. Notice if you are holding it all in the legs. See if you can let the wall and the strap hold them up completely. Please begin to deepen your breath. If you have more time today, then feel free to stay here for 5 to 20 more minutes. Otherwise, bend the knees, loosen the strap, and please roll onto your right side, scooching your butt off the bolster. Gently press yourself up to a seat. Closing your eyes, notice what's shifted in the body. Notice what feels more expansive, more integrated. And notice what's shifted in the mind. Maybe the mind feels more easeful, more joy. Fold the hands into the heart. Namaste.